Okay, we have these nice little opposable thumbs. I know. We do. They're awesome. They help us. Don't use your thumbs. Try to hold things. It's like tough. It's not as. Try to write. That's easy. Yeah, you're looking really good there, Kevin. Now everybody's walking around without thumbs. Okay, so we, as a species, develop tools to help us live. And we develop these tools through the product of science, through the process, of science. We do this. Okay, good enough. Now, what is Golding saying about technology? Tony? Oh, joy. Okay, I'm glad you discovered that. Brian?
It's unappreciated until it starts to go away.
Oh, good. So people treat it roughly and they don't necessarily take care of it? Excellent. So technology is not necessarily respected by whom, though? Who does respect technology? Piggy. So logic and science respects technology. Who doesn't respect technology? Our aggressive instincts don't necessarily respect technology. Who else doesn't necessarily respect or understand technology? Ralph and the little ones. So the average, the leaders, don't necessarily respect and understand technology. Okay, fine. Good enough. Yeah, Simon's once again disconnected from everything. We haven't accounted for Simon yet. I'll tell you what, Tony. I know it's tough because all of you want to know right now what Simon means. Hold off a moment. Once we understand what Simon means, then we'll understand what the fourth symbol, the Lord of the Flies, means, and all of that will just become crystal clear. But we got to build it one step at a time. We do need it to survive, but what's the problem with technology? Oh, okay, we become dependent upon it, so if those kids lose the glasses, they have no other way of providing. They depend upon the technology. Very good. So many of you, I'm sure, cannot do very many simple tasks that somebody 200 years ago could do because you have become dependent upon technology. Laundry. Or just travel over distances. Brian, what other messages about technology is Golding giving me?
Well, once they break it, once it starts to be taken away, when half of it breaks, then they realize how valuable it is, and so it sort of shocks them back.
That's true. So everybody seems to value technology, whereas somebody doesn't value the conch. It seems like everybody values technology, which is true. All of human nature, all of human society values technology. Whether we talk badly about it or not, we all depend upon it. Christy?
Technology is like an ongoing cycle.
Explain.
Every time new technology is developed to solve a problem, more problems are created from that piece of technology, and you just need more technology to solve that, and that has problems.
True. Can you give me a specific literal instance in Lord of the Flies that conveys that message?
When the glasses break, there's no way to
Oh, interesting. So technology requires more technology, and if we break that chain, then the whole string is useless? That's an interesting implied conclusion, and I think you've got that too. Let me give you some more explicit conclusions, because I think that a lot of you are developing very subtle implied conclusions about technology, which are excellent, and you could defend in writing. But let's go more explicit. Technology is used by the powerful. So the intelligent might develop it, but it's the powerful that use it. What has Golding just seen in history? Pivotal event, yeah. Thank you very much. The atom bomb. And you know the story. You've been told the story about a bunch of scientists gathering together and seeing what could be done. Developing upon principles from Einstein and other scientists, they develop fission and a fission bomb. And they develop it, but it is the aggressive, the military, and the leaders, the politicians, who actually use it. Scientists don't use it. Scientists did not walk with their lab coats over to Japan and drop bombs. No. That would be interesting. Correct, they would die. So it took the military, our aggression, and it took the leaders, Roosevelt, to give the orders to the military to take this out. It's Ralph and Jack who together use the glasses. It's not Piggy. Piggy doesn't go up there to use the glasses. Now, the first consequence of using the glasses is what? That's later. First consequence, I'm sorry? No, first consequence, first outcome. They make a fire, and what happens, Abby? The mulberry guy dies. Absolutely, Kevin. The kid with the mulberry-colored birthmark probably dies. So, he dies. Consequence of technology? Used improperly, we're talking death. When do we see it used properly? When we cook the pig and when the fire is kept under control. All is good. Technology is used fine. Also, technology is used fine when it's just used to solve Piggy's nearsightedness. Golding is showing you two different sides of technology, a benign and a malign side. Fancy words for a helpful good side and a nasty, cruel, evil side. Yes?
Incorrectly used when you use it to when it went out of control and killed them, but when we use the atom bomb to kill like 150,000 Japanese people, is that incorrect use then?
I don't know. People still debate that today. I don't think there's a settled answer to that question. I think that U.S. sentiment is that that was a necessary evil, that we had to use that atom bomb to kill that number of Japanese citizens to prevent X number of American citizens from dying. But there may be an inherent prejudice in that their deaths are not as important as our deaths. And I think in a war, you got to look at things that way. That makes sense to say, okay, if I can kill 3 enemy soldiers to preserve 1 of my soldiers, do I not make that decision? No, of course I make that decision, because I'm looking at saving my own lives. So I think that people would rationalize that as being an appropriate use of technology, even though it's horrific, no doubt. I don't think they really knew what they were getting into anyway when they did what they did. Some people probably knew. Okay, as we wind down, the technology, the glasses as technology are not as robust or central a symbol as the conch. I think the conch deserves a lot more of Golding's attention, takes a lot more of his time. But the glasses help fully realize Piggy. Science always produces technology. It's what science does. So the kid who represents science should be attended by a symbol that represents technology, and therefore Piggy wears glasses. Piggy wears glasses to show how science operates in our society and how even Jack, who hates Piggy, still values something about Piggy and still could not survive without Piggy. And Golding's showing you that by making Jack dependent not necessarily on Piggy, but upon his glasses. So once again, the message is becoming more complex, all symbolic in representation. Questions?